Hello and welcome to match number 2. We're looking at All Inspiration's Techfour up 1 against Confederation's Yachtmaster. And what we saw in the last game was some pretty interesting harass from Yachtmaster. He did a little bit of everything in the book. He had that nice forward pylon that warped in a couple zealots, a couple stalkers, just to get that aggressive push there. And actually did that force field expand with the warp prism in his main. Actually did a little bit of damage, not as much as I'm pretty sure he hoped. It took a while for him to actually get those zealots in production there. Oh, excuse me. And then had that DT attack that actually destroyed a lot of what Zerg had there. A lot of his production. I think killed, what, 69 drones the entire game? Pretty fucking intense. But Techfour came out of it in the end there. He just had far better production there. Just completely maxed out against probably half of his army there. So Techfour just had a better army. Better upgrades, just beast mode right through it. So caps off to Techfour. So since Yachtmaster is down by 1 there, so this could be the deciding game. If Yachtmaster loses this game, he's completely out, and his whole team could possibly even lose the whole game during the whole week. So this is important that Confederation's Yachtmaster pulls something out of his ass and gets some awesome strategies going here. So what are we going to see here? In this map here, this little pinwheel, there's not, I don't want to say it's not really Zerg favored map. There's not a lot of open areas you can attack there, not a lot of surrounding opportunities, unless you actually get this nice pronged attack, perhaps like in the middle here, against, I don't know, his main, if his base is, I mean, his army is right over here, if it's over here. I mean, it's a very complicated map. I don't think any one race is completely favored. Oh, I'm way zoomed in there. So it's going to be pretty tricky for Techfour. Oh, thought that probe was going to get there. Looks like he's going to be a little bit annoying again. Putting the pylon where his natural should be, but it looks like Techfour hasn't elected to expand yet. He's going to get 4 Zerglings out, and his speed is going to be a little delayed. So, there we go. So he's going to wait on that to get those Zerglings out to actually take out that pylon. Probably a little bit quicker than actually pulling a bunch of drones, wasting a bunch of mining potential there. I think we're going to see the same thing from Yachtmaster here. Well, interesting enough, he did put a secret gateway in the back there, leaving his cybernetics core in the front. Are we going to see something a little bit sneaky there? Maybe he tried to do a little bit of mind games here, but I don't think the Zealot actually was there quick enough. Did see the gateway, so it's not going to be like some kind of oracle. So it looks like that mind game failed completely. So what is the goal here? So he's not going to go Oracle. He's not going to do anything crazy aggressive at the moment. He might do the same. Yep, he looks like he's going to do the same Zealot Stalker push here. See if he can do a little bit of damage here, which I think he potentially has. There's nothing really army-wise. He's got the 2 queens here. Just those 4 Zerglings on the field here. Where'd they go here? Ah, running away. There we go. Look at that. I am on top of it. Overlord looks like he's going to be down, possibly supply blocking just a little bit of Techfour here. He's making 2 more Overlords to alleviate that, but unfortunately he can't make anything. Roachwarren has just finished here. I don't think he actually knows that there's going to be a Roachwarren here. This is actually a pretty early Roachwarren compared to the previous game, so I'm curious to see if he's going to do anything special with that. 5 Roaches on the way. Oh, complete wall off coming from Yachtmaster. It's 2 gateways and a 3rd one in his base. There you are. Let's see how many units we got so far. We got 5 roaches popped out along with those 4 Zerglings, 20 drones against 23 of probes. I'm curious if we're going to see an all-in from Techfour. I mean, I think that's a popular strategy when you're in a best of 3 and you've won your first game. You don't have so much to lose and a lot to gain. Because if you lose, you're forced into a 3rd game. So, I mean, you're not I mean, yeah, you're forced into a third game, but you still have a huge rewarding possibility that you're just going to outright win it. Because, I mean, as a best of 3, a lot of things can happen. Especially if you're one game down like Yachtmaster is. You can start to start questioning your abilities, and you have to do everything perfectly. You can't make any mistakes. You can't freak out. You gotta stay confident. You gotta stay calm. You gotta know that you can win this game. You just gotta do what you have to do. And it looks like a huge all-in-ish kind of thing that he's not really joining up here anymore. He's just building a bunch of units. He's got that 2 base timing attack that's going around about the 8-9 minute mark here. But it's going in very early. All there is this tiny little force here. 2 sentries, a zealot, and a stalker. I mean, this is a nice couple force fields down here. There's no anti-air, so this mothership core doing a lot of damage. The cannon, Nexus cannon does go off. Traps a bunch of these, a couple of these roaches. Zerglings can't get any surround on anything there. Zealot's doing some damage there. It looks like he's going to push this away. I mean, more units are in production here. I mean, Zerglings and everything. Oh, crap, what's the production tab? And it looks like Techfour has decided that this all-in hasn't worked as he expected to. Those force fields were pretty legendary there. So he didn't get as much damage, actually any damage. So this has been a big loss for Techfour. He's going to try and go in once again. I think only 1 force field remaining from these sentries. Let's see, 50, so 2 more force fields. So I think he's got enough. And it looks like Techfour is going to pull back and try to keep what he has. Look out for any forward pylons around the map. And now he's completely droning up, and he's going to start expanding once again. Well, when is he going to expand? Probably in another minute or so. He's got enough minerals for that, and he's nearly saturating his base. So, yep, we're going to go back, and he's going to keep what he has there. He doesn't want to go completely on. If you go completely all in, and Yachtmaster keeps defending it all perfectly, he's going to start ticking up, get some Immortals, possibly a Colossus, and then he's just going to push right back, and you're going to run out of minerals, and then you'll be completely screwed. So, I think it was a good decision by Techfour to actually pull back from that. So what are we looking at in the future from Yachtmaster here? It looks like he's just making gateways here. So are we looking for a good push here in the future here? He's got 1 Immortal out, probably against those roaches whenever that happens. Phoenix is... Actually, I don't think he has much of a plan right now. He's going to scout, see what he can... what kind of information he gets there, which is very important. Because you want to get that perfect counter. If you don't have a perfect counter and you stay on gateways throughout the entire game, you're going to be at a disadvantage. You need that Immortal against a big roach push. You need that Colossus against a huge Zergling Hydralisk push or anything like that. You need to know what you need to make. And he sees pretty much everything. He sees that Evolution Chamber going down, so probably just some more Roach or Hydra in the future here. Yeah, currently there's only Roaches. Getting that creep spread out. What is your plan, Techfour? What's the plan? He's getting 1-1. He's going to focus on those upgrades, so he's got the range. He's probably just getting... Oh, there's the Hydralisk. Yep. So I'm going to say it's going to be another Roach Hydra push in the future here, just like in the previous game, since it's all in failed there. So let's see if he's going to go 1-1 and then push, or he's going to go 2-2 and push. And will Yachtmaster... What is your plan here? You have to do something before he starts maxing out once again, just like in the previous game. He has a nice sized push here, 2 Immortals here, a few Stalkers, a bunch of Sentries. He's going to have a lot of force fields, and these Immortals are going to do a lot of damage if he gets the right force fields off. Warp Prism on the way here. Let's see if he actually picks up a few units with a Warp Prism, attacks from the natural, and drops in the main. That could do a lot of damage here. Let's see here. Let's zoom out, see if we can get as much information as possible here. It looks like, is he prepared? This looks like a pretty even army here, but the force field can do a lot of damage. Techfour has to be very careful here. Might take out the evolution chamber. The force field is down. Zerglings are pushing through here, but there's no speed, so they can't get there right away. A lot of force fields trapping a lot of these units. Immortal's doing a shit ton of damage here. Zergling, oh my god. His entire force is in a fucking bubble here, and his entire Zerg force is annihilated. With minimal losses, I think Yachtmaster may have picked up this game. There's only 5 Roaches, 5 Hydras in production. This is not nearly enough to take care of this force. I think he still has a bunch of force fields left over. And they're just coming in piecemeal now and just killing them one at a time. And it's GG. Techfour wins the game. I mean, Yachtmaster wins the game, which pushes the game to a third match. So it's going to be 1-1 for each side here. Well, 1 and 1. 1 win for each player. We're tied up. We're forced into a third match. So this is going to be interesting. The next match is going to host a plethora of different kind of strategies here. So this is going to be good. This is going to be good. So that concludes match number 2 between Techfour and Yachtmaster. So let's see who's going to win between Allin and Team Confederation.